The universe of Warhammer 40k is a dark and terrifyingly horrible one to be in. Dudes that are taller than most fridges, have 3 sets of lungs, and fight funny green mushroom men that can take over planets with a great green tide, all while dark gods play with the lives of mortals in their great game. While other spooky aliens are out there trying to destroy humanity too, with everybody trying to claim the Milky Way galaxy for themselves. But we do have some larger-than-life saviors for the citizens in the Imperium, like the power-armored nuns with guns, or the previously mentioned Space Marines, or even Ogrins. But for the most part, the people who serve the biggest role in safeguarding humanity aren't walking power fantasies where they do whatever they want. Instead, they're like normal people, like you or me. Hello, chat. Well, maybe mainly just you. And in Darktide, you get to play as one of these many just normal people, where you get the opportunity to be in the shoes of one of these humble defenders of humanity, a veteran guardsman. But let me tell you why this is so monumental. In every other 40k video game, usually Space Marines are the main characters, and if not, it's usually the Admech or maybe some other alien race, with the Astra Militarum usually being a side faction that you could play sometimes, or they're just seen as fodder enemies. Did he just hit the whoa? I think he just hit the whoa. Before I started making this video, I only really played the Ogren. Again, another larger-than-life defender. That's right, I only played Ogren. I'm a proponent of Warhammer 40k and its minis, not only because I think the world is super cool and the minis are awesome and I want to play a tabletop game at some point, but also because I think it's fun to sniff the paints and glue, because of the irreparable brain damage that it can cause. And today, we're trying something completely new. To play Veteran Guardsman, and I'm going out with 3 goals in mind. One is to get to learn Veteran Guardsman, with me getting more competent at the class as time goes on, getting a bolter, and remembering to have fun along the way, which is probably the most important one. Also, this whole thing does take material from my Twitch streams, but there's none from the original first stream because the guy running my stream decided to not check if the stream would keep a VOD or not, because he's dumb. It was me, by the way. So the start of this video is almost more of a historical retelling of events that will carry some of my thoughts, because the original experiences and emotions, jokes, and cadence of that stream are lost to time. Including the start of the stream where I somehow completely fumbled the entirety of the sound settings, even though I tried to troubleshoot it 2 freaking nights before. It doesn't matter. I did it in the next stream anyways. It's okay. It's okay. It was just the first stream though. The rest of them are on my Twitch. So here's that shameless plug for that. Come around sometime. I'm planning on playing Deep Rock Galactic and Darkest Dungeon 2 on there. Anyway, this is Dismas. Everyone say hi to Dismas. His class is a veteran sharpshooter, and he's Acadian with dark purple eyes. You freaking betcha, buddy. And he has a cutthroat personality trait? Of course. We only have original ideas in this hizzy house. Also, if you aren't in for insubordination, it's showing of the Emperor's infinite love and mercy of mankind that you still walk. You freak. From what I can tell, Dismas was a pretty normal dude in the Astra Militarum, and he might have made a Commissar angry and went to jail for being a bad man, or just stepping on a Commissar's shoe, who knows. But he is a veteran sharpshooter, and I am not. So I'm gonna try my best to live up to the expectations that Dismas no doubt has, because he really loves Cadia, and how excellent it was. A prison break happens, and you help out Zola by fighting through waves of poxwalkers. You know, it's a tutorial section, so you get a nightcap, you get a warm glass of milk, and an all-expenses-paid ticket to Dreamland, because it's kind of boring, where you find out how to use melee and stuff, and then you're suddenly woken up to one of the coolest things ever right before the mission ends. It's the humble lasgun. Man, dude, the lasgun is so freaking cool. It's kind of like an equivalent to the E11 from Star Wars. It's the gun that the stormtroopers use. The difference is that the E11 is in Star Wars, where they don't want to show people brutally blowing up into nondescript piles of gore. But 40k loves doing that, almost as much as Mortal Kombat does. Seriously, look at this thing. Probably originally hailing from the Forge of Graia, which for those of you on the know is the world in the Space Marine video game. This gun acts a lot more like a precision weapon or a DMR than any auto gun. Aiming for headshots allows you to do the most damage, and it's probably the best gun to use overall just for the guardsmen, because it's versatile. And this gun really excels when you're just the greatest crack shot this side of the Great Rift. Oh no, oh my god, no, hit something, freelance, there we, oh. I've already noticed that playing a guardsman requires a lot more attention than a deer Ogren does, mainly because Ogrens have thick rhinoceros-like skin and bodies that are built for the harshest of environments, and even the sharpest of blades. Instead, we're just a normal, pink, fleshy, pudgy human that is very susceptible to dying at a moment's notice. Everyone's dead! We're just across the river. No. No. Dude, I clutched. Hi, 7 viewers. I'm happy. I'm so glad you just watched me biff it. I'm so happy you just watched me frickin' biff a clutch. Give me my pity XP game. Can't just face check guys like an Ogren does anymore or slap them. Now I must sob and scream when something larger, more armored than me comes my way. Oh, be gentle. Be gentle. Oh.
This isn't easy.
Oh. Okay. Okay. And don't even get me started on monstrosities. Oh, Slugman. I've been waiting to see Slugman for quite a while. But I love you, Slugman, if you love Slugman. But I love you, Slugman, in the chat. Oh, man, look at this little back waiter. Oh, goodbye, Slugman. I hardly knew you. It's very mentally draining. But after the first 2 missions, I was given a boon from the Golden Throne itself, a Hellbore Lasgun. Most likely from the Death World of Krieg, just for my perusal. This radical weapon is a more precision-based version of the normal Lasgun with the charge-up mechanic, being more akin to a sniper rifle than anything else. But I think it's more of a musket though, mainly because, like, seriously, look at how long it takes to load and use with 1 shot. It might as well be one. It also has a bayonet. It's sweet, but I don't like it as much as using a normal lasgun. Plus, it's not like I use the bayonet anyways. Also, look at this silly clip of me holding it while I tried to turn stream audio on. Oh, did I mess it up? I did mess it up. My apologies. Uno momento. I'm getting tackled, aren't I? Yeah, I'm getting freaking tackled. Great. Yep, I'm not gonna defend myself. I gotta go into properties. There we go. I also got another gun that I think's pretty dookie, called the auto gun. It looks like a normal gun and it shoots like a normal gun. A little uninventive. This thing is the most mid weapon of all time. Seriously, look at the spray pattern. It isn't even a laser gun. Like, what's up? It's just a stupid normal gun. Blah, I don't want it. I don't like it. If I wanted to use just a normal gun, I wouldn't be playing a 40k game. Its presentation is whack, and it doesn't make me feel like a guardsman or like I'm in 40k. It's probably one of the worst guns in the game from a presentation standpoint. No neuron activation for this gun, so therefore it's bad. I don't really know about its stats though. I'm pretty sure this thing almost got me killed for how much it sucks too. I mean, you might be good, but I don't really like you, autogun. I'm sorry. Never come back though. Never. On to the stuff that deeply resonated with me though, through my heart and soul. Chain swords are always something I've wanted to get my grubby little mitts on, so imagine my surprise and jubilation and disgust when I got my first chain sword and started swinging. Except you don't have to imagine it because there's a clip of it right here. Chain sword, dude. She gets it. She gets it. She knows what's up. Oh, this is a weapon. Ooh, ew, ew. Chainsword hits hard, peeps through armor, and makes me blush every time I hear it rev up angrily, ready to cleave another servant of chaos. Who would have guessed that chainsaws are cool and could be made into swords? Oh, everyone? Like everyone? Good point. Don't care, still cool though. The Recon Lasgun did make me happy, but we'll talk about it. It's a version of Lasgun that has automatic fire, that has a funny iron sight slash handle like the M16 in most of its game iterations. This weapon had my heart for a long time, and by that I mean a game or 2 or 3. But the thing that really kills this weapon above all else is the amount of ammo that is spent to kill things, and the amount of time it takes. This thing chews through ammo and has a high time to kill for anything else compared to the base lasgun, which is just to reinforce the base lasgun's so freaking awesome. It has good damage without any of the overkill, making it so you do the right amount of damage at the right amount of time. I think it's Guardsman's go-to weapon, especially when you reach the elusive level 12 or 13, where the pieces all start to click together for your build, and you start locking in. Oh, okay. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, am I still going? Am I still in flow state? Oh, I'm still in flow state. Oh, I get it. And around then, you start getting a little less intrinsically afraid of everything around you, and you start understanding a lot more. You start knowing that you can defeat whatever's in front of you, even if it is big, you just gotta play it smart. But at the same time, I lost like 2 missions in a row, so what do I know? What I do know is about our beautiful baby boy, the short king, funky running Dismas, has grown from a level 1 prisoner to a level 14 boss. With him now being known as a terror and a freaking weapon, this scrappy little jit went from a worthless no-shot hitting scrub to something different and way cooler, a veteran guardsman. And I know that for sure because I had one good game as guardsman, and I can say it was a rush. It also makes you ask real questions. Do you think like the little thing on the side, the little display port that shows the amount of magazine you have left, that's green, do you think that's charged by one of the fuel cells, or do you think that's a secondary battery? I know there's lore about it. There's probably exact lore on how this works, how the display works. But like, it even shows up once the gun is like, the mag is out of the weapon. They are solar powered. Dude, where's the freaking solar panel? It's powered by a small rechargeable power pack located beneath the weapon and in front of the trigger guard, which can be recharged in a number of ways. Gonna have to look at that. Oh, and hey, look it's the bolter. You know that goal I set for myself at the start of the videos? Do you guys remember that? I don't. Nah, just kidding. I totally did. I was kicking my feet and getting all giddy when I finally got my hands on such a beautiful weapon. Oh, this is a bolter, oh my god! And let me tell you, being able to hold the best in-game interpretation of a bolter ever made, besides maybe the bolt gun video game, is awesome. Die. Emperor willing. Like the las guns are cool. I just hit people with it because it's a freaking brick. There's no fire. Yeah. Because from what I remember, the bolter shoots a .75 caliber bullet that is also a rocket, and it bores into an enemy and then explodes. The bolter plays like a hit-scan grenade launcher that was made to not be the most efficient killing machine in the galaxy, but it was made to instill a fear of the Emperor and mankind itself to any poor wretch found on the business end of a bolter. You know, it's super cool. Anyway, the gun sounds angry, and it turns things resembling into humans into clouds of red vapor and chunks of meat on command. It was really interesting to play Darktide as the smallest possible character after viewing the game from the worlds of a tall ogre, because now I have gained an appreciation for both sides of the game. I still have to play more veteran. I do plan to play them more, and they're more cautious, and their weapons and abilities encompass struggles of humans in this horrible universe of Warhammer 40k. I'm going to play it so much more, and probably the rest of the classes to understand the game more and how to play with other people, and just to be outright better. So if you want to see that, subscribe, and if you haven't already done it where you've played every class, you totally should. It's worth it. But if I had one takeaway, and my one takeaway from this whole experience is that I suck at Guardsmen.